Hey everybody, how's it going? Nate Great 321 back again with another pickups video, and this is going to be stuff I've bought in the last 2 weeks. I think that's how long it's been since my last pickups video. Got 11 games here, I believe, if I counted correctly. So yeah, let's get to it. First, I bought this today. It's Final Fantasy VIII for $7.38, and I've said it's got all the discs and stuff, no book. I'm assuming it's supposed to come with a book, but I've said before I'm not a huge Final Fantasy fan. Never really got into it. I'm looking to get into it, and I figured seeing this for a good price, with the Black Label, discs in pretty good shape. Seeing it for that good of a price, I couldn't really pass it up. So now I got Final Fantasy 8, 9, and 10 that I have not played yet. So hopefully that'll provide me some entertainment if I start to get into them, Next, Street Fighter Alpha 2 for the Sega Saturn, $20, and it's a really sweet game. I had never gotten into the Alpha series of Street Fighter, but I've always liked X-Men vs. Street Fighter and like Marvel vs. Capcom, those kind of games, and it plays pretty similar to that. So a really enjoyable fighting game for the Saturn. Saturn has a lot of good fighting games, so this is just one of them. So check it out if you're a fan of Street Fighter or fighting games in general. Next, is a box copy of Hogan's Alley for the NES. Game store by me has a lot of boxed games, but they're all in really bad shape, and this one was pretty good looking. Corners look pretty good. There was a huge sticker right there. Luckily it came off easy, so thankful for that. And it came with the book and everything. It's a light gun game, like Duck Hunt. It's got 3 different game modes. Plays just kind of like a carnival shooting game. So if you're looking for an excuse to use your NES Zapper, try it. It's pretty cheap, pretty easy to find game. Next, here we go, Battletoads for the NES. This game is freaking sweet. It's everyone knows Battletoads, and its infamous difficulty. And I didn't find it that difficult until you get to that jet bike level. That level sucks. That's a really tough level, but other than that, fun game, Oh, that was $5. Hogan's Alley was $4. I keep forgetting to say the price. Let's see. Super Adventure Island is the next game I got here. $7, and honestly I was really disappointed with this game. I kind of like the original Adventure Island on the NES. I figured, Super Adventure Island is going to be, that much better, 10 times better. But it plays like a half-assed port of an NES game on Super Nintendo. There's no reason why this game has to be on the Super Nintendo. It's like, besides the graphics and stuff, the gameplay and everything, it's just like the NES game. It's, fairly repetitive and stuff, really simple. So I don't know, what the deal with it is. I had high expectations for it, but sadly they were not met. Oh well. What are you going to do? Next 2 games here are 2 puzzle games for the Super Nintendo. The one I like is Kirby's Avalanche, and it's a pretty simple puzzle game. You just match little colored blobs, and yeah, they disappear, and it's pretty straightforward, fun, entertaining puzzle game. $4. And this next one, I don't know what it is. It's really difficult. Maybe I have to spend a little more time with it to enjoy it, but for right now, it's ridiculous. And that'd be Wario's Woods for $5, and it's really, really tough. I don't know. I guess maybe if I spend a little more time with it, get used to it, I'll like it more, but for now, yeah, I'm gonna take a break from that one. Let's see, and these are the games that I think were the best stuff that I got from the last 2 weeks. There's a bunch of Genesis games, and yeah, here we go. Zombies Ate My Neighbors for $2.38, got it at Goodwill, and it came with everything, book and game. I've been looking for this game for a while, I've heard a million good things about it. Fun game, really cool. And the cool thing about it too, let me show you, it came with this poster. It's a Konami poster, and you can see it's We're Coming At You Head On, and it's got, Raphael, the dude from Tiny Toon Adventures, and some cowboy. It says Genesis, and on the back it's got upcoming games from Konami, you know, Hyperstone Heist, Tiny Toon Adventures, and Sunset Riders, yeah. So I gotta find a good spot for that poster. That's really sweet. I always like getting extra stuff like that with my games. So that was cool. So good? Okay. Next game here I got for, I believe it was like $10 at the game store. It'd be Contra Hardcore. And I love Contra. And I've never seen the one for the Genesis, you know. It's, from what I understand, kind of a difficult one to find. And it's pretty sweet. It's a lot of fun. It's, you know, a lot faster paced than the other Contra games, if you can believe that. But, you know, the Genesis's fast processor is really shown in full force in this game. It's really hyperactive. It's like the best word I can think of for it. But it's Contra, you know, it plays like Contra. It's got a couple unique twists to it. I might do a review on this because I really do like it. But yeah, Contra Hardcore, awesome game. Next, let's see, these are 3 games. Now there's a thrift store by me that I don't go to that often because they hardly ever get games, so I just get tired of going there. And then just kind of like on a whim, I went there, and they had a crap load of Genesis games. Most of them I had already had or wasn't interested in, but I found 3 of them that caught my eye. And the cool thing is they were priced at $5, but they have a thing where you can donate $1 to like charity thing they have, and then it takes off. I think it was like a certain % off each item or something like that. So I ended up paying $3.75 for each of these games. And so, I mean, even with the 3 games for $3.75 plus the $1 I donated to charity, that total would have been less than what I would have paid if I paid, you know, full price for all those games at $5, which is cool. Hey, whatever. First game, and probably the least favorite out of all these, Batman Returns for the Sega Genesis. And I had bought this because I had played the Super Nintendo version. It's like a Streets of Rage, like side-scrolling beat-em-up game. This one's a lot different, and from the little I played of it, I didn't like it that much. Maybe put a little more time into it in the future, but for right now, this game's a pretty big disappointment. But $3.75, whatever, and I can open it. Came with everything, so whatever. Next game is Aladdin for the Genesis, and MN12Bird did a review of this not too long ago. And, you know, he was dead on. This game's awesome. I have the Super Nintendo version, and it does play quite a bit differently than this one. But they're both really enjoyable, really cool games. So, I mean, for $3.75, get book and game, you know, good condition. Awesome. Really fun game. And this last game here, this is probably the favorite thing I had picked up in the last 2 weeks or whatever. It's a rare game. I mean, the cart alone I've seen on eBay go for $25. And complete with everything, it can probably get up to $50. And for a Genesis game, that's saying a lot. And a little bit of sentimental value to this game too, because I liked it a lot when I was a kid. That would be Punisher for Genesis. And if you have not heard of this game or never seen it, you are missing out, because this game is awesome. Granted, it didn't come with a book. Whatever. $3.75, you know, beggars can't be choosers. But I remember the arcade game when I was younger and we went to Disney World. I don't know how old I was. I was 8 or 10 or something like that. I really don't know. The hotel we stayed at had an arcade room, and Punisher was one of the arcade games there. And I played the crap out of it, you know. My parents probably wanted to get me out to like Disney World, and all I wanted to do was stay in and play Punisher. Really sweet game. And I remember I got home and wanted to immediately, you know, rent it for the Genesis. And I did. And for one reason or another, I never ended up buying it, but I remember I enjoyed this game a lot. But, I mean, it's a game like Streets of Rage, or whatever, like the side-scrolling brawler game. But it's got some unique features about it. I really do want to do a review of this. It's a really quality game. It's made by Capcom, so, you know, quality. But, yeah, for $3.75, I mean, I was super excited when I saw that. So that was probably my best find of the month. So yeah, that's games I've gotten in the past couple weeks or whatever. So I guess look for a review this weekend, hopefully. I'd want to get one up. But yeah, I guess until then, this is NateGreat321, signing out.